We got cut off by, sorry, we got cut off by Facebook again. Unfortunately, we have Facebook does a lot of problem for us. They hate Torah, they hate Jews, and every time we speak about the truth of the Torah, they cut us off. So here's the part two of this class, and I appreciate you staying with us. So the angel says to Hagar, the Arab, he says, "You have children that will be wild, a beast like of mankind," meaning that no matter what, the Ishmaelites, the Ishmael people, will be Pere Adam, be like a wild beast of a man. What does it mean? Of humanity. No matter how educated they are, no matter it could be doctors and professors and holds masters and PhD, they will always have no regards to life. And that's exactly what we see today. In many, many cases, you see, for an example, there was a doctor in LA, very established doctor, Arab, with children, practice, wealth, everything, came and started shooting at LAX and killing and wounding people. Or you see the September 11 Arabs that came and destroyed many people's lives in America. They were educated. Most of them had PhDs, master degrees, all kinds of things. You see that, of course, in Europe. You see that in the Middle East. You see this exactly what the Torah says. ויאמר לה מלאך אדוני, הרבה זרח ולא יספר מרוב. He says, the son that's come to you, Ishmael, והוא יהיה פרא אדם, ידו בכל ויד כל בו. So we see here really the essence and description of the people of Ishmael. And he will be everywhere. Et kol achav yishkon, everywhere he will be. And we see here that's really in essence HaKadosh Baruch Hu revealing to us who is Ishmael and why the essence of Ishmael we see today. That's exactly what's going on. What happened with the Arab worlds today? They always have fighting. They always, no matter how much money they have, no matter how much wealth, no matter how much Hashem give to them, just like Hashem promised. But also Hashem says there will be a wild beast of humanity. And we know the Zohar says in the end of Parashat Vayera, the next parasha that we have in our Torah, the Zohar Kadosh says that Be'acharit Hayamim, the people of Ishmael will cause a lot of wars in the world. And the people of Ishmael, the Zohar says, again in Parashat Vayera, that the Ishmaelites will create chaos in the world. And we see that to happen today. And of course, Wahi Avram ben Tishim Shana Vetesha Shanim. By the way, we got cut off. We're doing the second part of this class. Unfortunately, Facebook doesn't like Jewish people, doesn't like Torah, doesn't like the truth. Every time we speak the truth about the Torah, in this case, what is Ishmael and the Islam, they cut us off. So I appreciate you guys being with us again and continue to watch this and please distribute this to many, many, many. So the truth of Hashem will be revealed everywhere. And as we know, Ishmael's name was given pre his birth. And very interesting that Avraham Avinu called him Ishmael. And we know Avraham Avinu, when he was 86 years old, he gave birth to Ishmael. And Hashem came to him, Vayi Avram ben Tishim Shana V'Tesha Shanim. Abraham was 99 years old. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to him, I want you to have a circumcision. Ve'etna beriti bencha u'v'anecha. I'll give this oath between you and my children and your children. Hence, the Brit Milah has to be done on the 8th day. And of course, we still, until today, do the Brit Milah. The Brit is both circumcision and word, meaning that you are doing a circumcision when you're 8 days old. So you have one Shabbat within you, because Shabbat is an oath, right? Shabbat is an acronym of 3 oaths that mentioned in the Torah. Shabbat is Shabbat, Shin, Bet, Brit Milah, circumcision, and Taf is Tefillin, what we call Othi Le'olam. This is the three elements that will forever will be exist between us and Hashem. And it says, I want you to have this, so-called covenant between you and your children and I. אני הנה בריתי איתך והיית לאב המון גויים, Av Ram, as we know. He brought Ishmael to the world, unfortunately, but that's what Hashem wanted. By the way, the word Ishmael will be Ishmael. At the end, Ishmael will hear Hashem's words, and of course, as we mentioned, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. In that day, Hashem will be the only king and religion in the world will be the Judaism that everybody will serve. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he says from now on, לא יקרא שמך אברהם והיה שמך אברהם. The moment Abraham Avinu did the circumcision, it became so-called Abraham with an Hey, Hashem's letter, added to him. And of course, Sarah, her name will not be Sarai anymore, it will be Sarah. And Hashem promised him, he says, I'm giving you the land of Israel for you and your children for generations. And it will be Achuzat Olam, for world, meaning both in this world and the world to come. By the way, Olam Haba and Gan Eden is not the same thing. Olam Haba is meaning the last 1,000 years after the 6,000 years. We are right now 5,781. Olam Haba is what we call after this world, but in this world, when there's no more wars, there's no Yetzer Hara, there's no anything bad, only good. And Gan Eden is in the heaven. Although there is Gan Eden on earth, there is heaven on earth. It's really how you live your life. You can have heaven or hell on earth. It's up to you what you choose. And of course, Hashem says, "V'maltem kol basar orlatchem." What's orla? Orla is ra'ala, is a bad portion, meaning that it needs to be taken off our body, so to speak, is partnering in creation. As we know, when a man and a woman get together on Hashem, there is a baby. And if it's a male, it has to be circumcised. Of course, we know that women has 4 more parts than men. Men have what we call 248 organs. Women has actually 4 more. They have what we call altogether 500. We know that why the woman lights 2 candles, right? Ner and ner. Ner in Gematria is 250. Ner in Gematria 250. 250 plus 250 is 500. Is the combination of the men and female organs. 248 and 252 makes 500. A woman has 4 extra organs in order to give birth. That's what the Gemara says. And of course, we know that as male has to be circumcised on the 8th day in order to really have Shabbat in the life of the baby. And also something amazing, the Torah says, because of the brit happens in the body. Only on the 8th day, the vitamin that clogs the bleeding, vitamin K, goes up to 110%, above nature. HaTeva, which is above nature, is Elohim, Gematria 86. And we see that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, just like his promise, the year after, we know that Abraham will be 100 and Sarai will be 90, and they'll have a son named Yitzchak. By the way, Hashem already announced the name of Yitzchak before, just like he did with Ishmael. And he says, "Vayikarat Shemo Yitzchak," and you called him Yitzchak, and Hakimota et Briti, meaning that the covenant will be with him, not with Ishmael. Levrit Olam lezaro acharav, meaning that forever. He says, but don't worry, yes, Ishmael, I blessed him too, and it will be a lot, and he will be spread all over the world. And here, and he says, 12 נשיאים יוליד, ונתתיו לגוי גדול. On Ishmael, his blessing Hashem gave him that he'll be all over the world and have 12 so-called presidents. But my covenant, Hashem says, ve'et berithi akim et Yitzchak asher teled lecha Sarah, not Ishmael. Yitzchak, that Sarah will give birth. ולמועד הזה בשנה אחרת, a year from now, ויכל לדבר איתו, ויעל אלוהים מעל אברהם. And of course, Hashem leaves Abraham physically, so to speak, after he gave him all these amazing blessings and prophecies and everything. And ויקח אברהם את ישמעאל בנו ואת כל ילידי ביתו ואת כל מקנת כספו, כל זכר באנשי בית אברהם, וימול את בשר עורלתם בעצם היום הזה כאשר דיבור איתו אלוהים. So we know that Abraham, in order to have all the people that he converted, including his own, slave Hagar that converted her son Ishmael, Abraham first circumcised himself in front of everybody, so nobody would fear. Ishmael was 13, Abraham was 99, and of course he sacrificed all the people that became so-called Jewish at the time. They were not really Judaism yet. The first Jewish person was the people that received the Torah on Mount Sinai. That's where, by the way, anti-Semitism came to the world. When the people of Israel truly received the Torah, and people started all over the world start being jealous of them because they heard the voice of Hashem, they saw Hashem, they got all the blessing. Hashem spoke the 2 commandments, Moshe spoke the 8. All of a sudden, all the nations say, oh, we should have been there. But no, they gave up the chance. They start hating the people of the Jewish people. And of course, וימול את בשר עורלתם. And by the way, בעצם היום הזה, meaning until this day, the Islam, they do circumcision to the children when they're 13, just like Ishmael. And the Jewish people do it on 8th day, just like Yitzchak. And we see that, of course, Kadosh Baruch Hu bless Abraham. And we'll see the birth of Yitzchak coming next parasha. So Be'ezrat Hashem, first and foremost, I want to thank all of you for being with us and watching us. And again, you could see the evil making of Facebook that cutting us off all the time. We usually have 600-700 people watching us, and they don't somehow deliver and add many companies and many people and groups that want to join us every day to learn Torah. They block them and block us. So Be'ezrat Hashem, even that letova, hakol letova. I'm Rabbi Dahan here, Kol El Ahavat Israel. Be'ezrat Hashem, this classes will be posted on our website. I want to thank you all for being with us. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and Be'ezrat Hashem, tomorrow we'll continue with King Shaul from the book of the prophets, and have a wonderful rest of the week. God bless you. It will be posted on our website. Thank you so much.